What's going on, everyone? I hope you're having a great day. With the start to this 2024 fall hunting season, we are kicking it off with a early season CWD management hunt. This was a 3-day hunt up north of me, and it was a great hunt. Had a lot of fun making it and being out there. So before we get to the hunt, I want to touch on one quick topic real quick. If you're familiar to the channel, you may remember that back in 2022, we had some problems come up with YouTube guidelines and restrictions. And fortunately, those restriction times are up. Essentially, what happened was a couple of my videos got taken down due to my age. YouTube was saying that because I was under 18, it was unsafe for me to be handling weapons such as bows and other things of the sort. So we have waited. I am now officially an adult. I am a legal adult. I'm 18 years old. My birthday is August 10th, 2006. And today is September 10th, 2024. And this video was filmed August 24th, 25th, and 26th, 2024. I turned 18 on August 10th, 2024, which means when this video was filmed, I was a legal adult. I want to make that crystal clear to YouTube. I am following all community guidelines. There's no reason this video should be taken down, age restricted, or any sort of that type of stuff. So, without further ado, I want to make that very clear. Legal adult, fully able to be making hunting content now, according to the guidelines. We're going to see. Hopefully this video will not get taken down. If YouTube can follow through with what they have put on the guidelines, this will be out there, and hopefully we will have a smooth fall season. I will say this was a really fun hunt. It's a 3-day hunt, and this video is going to be about 25 minutes, so we're going to dive right into it. After that, we have a really exciting hunt coming up. We just wrapped up our 7-day high country mule deer hunt, so that one will be hitting YouTube shortly too. But without further ado, we're going to dive right into the hunt. We'll see you there.
make sure that's not a deer right there. Hold on. No, it's not real good. So she did exactly what I hoped one would do. So I was sitting here, and all of a sudden I started hearing like this sound. And right as I looked up, about 50 yards out there, I saw this doe coming down, running. So I didn't have my bow in my hand, which was my mistake. I need to keep this thing in my hand, but I slowly started to reach for my bow, and she caught onto my movement. And I don't have much cover here, it's pretty open. I also think my wind is what busted me as well. The wind's pulling up this way, and she came right down from here. So I'm gonna just keep my bow in my hand for the rest of the sit, and just hope something comes from down here or over here where it's not gonna be bad wind. So I made it back to the car, grab a little food, and I'm gonna drop gear off, and I'm gonna just still hunt through all that, go super slow. And the reason I'm gonna go up here is because the wind has been blowing from the south, right, and it's blowing up into the north. And so if I went like this, right, that means all my scent is gonna blow down towards those deer. So I'm gonna go all the way to the top, and then work my way down with the wind in my face the whole time, and just creep along and just go super slow, and ideally see a deer before they see me. So got the hunter orange because I heard like 6 rifle shots this morning, but I walked back and there was a good amount of sign from what I saw, so feeling optimistic. We're gonna dive in there and let's see what we find. I just got into the woods here. Passed 2 hunters on the way in, 2 separate ones. So this area is getting a lot of pressure for sure. There's a little lake behind me here, and there's another one over here, and it seems like there's a cool pitch point, so we're gonna go down through that. I'm gonna go down past that into the more open stuff, still hunt all that, and then follow that ridge all the way over. There's a couple aspen patches I want to check, and some water sources too. So we're still hunting. We're not only still hunting, but we are looking for sign for tonight, because we need to pick a spot for tonight. And the reason we're still hunting is because these deer could be anywhere in here, and there's nothing that's condensing them. And so I want to be able to move through country to get close to them instead of having to sit in a spot where it's unlikely that someone would come by. So here we go. Well, I got it down to the logging yard here. There was supposed to be a spring up there, but I checked and there's no creek and there's no spring. So we're calling that a bust. So I'm headed down this logging yard now. I left my lineman's belt at the spot we hunted this morning, so I'm gonna drop by that spot, and then I want to scout everything on the other side of that. So far, that one wooded spot up there is the best spot, and I'll probably hunt there tonight if we don't find something better. But I'd also like to find a spot for tomorrow morning, because ideally we're not coming in blind. So we're gonna grab the lineman's belt, and then we're gonna check. There's some riparian patches over there, and I think like an old swamp. So we'll go through all that, and we'll see what it looks like, and then head back. Well, that is a heck of a find right there. I mean, that is just a monster. I mean, that is just a giant 8-point. Gotta be a deadhead. This carcass is right here. I was walking here, I looked up, saw it right there. And there's no way somebody would leave that. So that is a monster. Well, that's a heck of a find. And as much as I want to pack this thing out, this is a CWD area. And I am personally not sure if I can take this thing, considering it could contain CWD. So I'm gonna not take it for 2 reasons. One, because I want to play it safe. And two, because I'm out here on a hunt, and for me, this may sound cheesy or something, but I like to really earn the animals that I harvest. And so I want to leave this one to kind of show to myself that it's like, you found one, but you got to get your own, you know. But I mean, that's a heck of a buck. So there's all this green stuff right up here, so we're gonna kind of dive into that and see if there's any sign in here, and then we'll find a spot. I just scouted this waterhole spot really good. Walked up here and bumped a doe from right there. This might be the spot we come back to. There's a ton of mosquitoes and I'm not sure if it's a good wind. But we're almost back to the road. It's like 2:30, so we gotta kind of pick a spot. I don't think this is a good wind, but if it's a good wind, we're coming back here. All right, well, here we go. We are all suited up. I'm gonna head back in towards that water hole we found. There's a lot of mosquitoes in there, but I put a little bit of bug spray on, but we're just hoping they're not gonna get too bad, but they might get crazy, and hoping a deer will come in. So, about 4 o'clock, here we go. I'm finally all set up. It's about 4:30, and so we've got about 4 hours left of daylight. As I was setting up, some rain started to fall, but I think it's mostly gone for now. The good news is there's not a whole lot of mosquitoes up here, so I think we're going to be set on that front. But unfortunately, when I was walking in, I did bump a doe and 2 fawns from this side. And when I was walking out last time, there was a doe here. So they're definitely in this area. There's a lot of tracks down here. I've got a pretty good 15 to 20 yard shooting lane down here. And I can see a lot behind me. So I'm feeling good about tonight. Just sit tight, hold still, and we'll see what it goes on. Well, it's starting to come down now. I threw some of my gear in my backpack with the rain cover over it. mentioned, I just heard a little sick sound and looked up about 40 yards away, and that doe and fawn, it was actually the same doe I jumped up. She didn't have her other fawn though, just her and her single fawn. Came in, they drank for about 7-8 minutes here, and I had to struggle to get that GoPro back up. I was holding my hands up. Luckily this camera was on them. They kind of worked off, and then she caught on to me over here. We had to stare down, and then they worked off. That was awesome. For a little while, I thought there was another deer coming in behind me that I could shoot, because I can't shoot a deer with the fawn, you know? So I was like, this might get really wild, but it was just a little bit wild, which is good. Well, opening day is officially over. I have been hunting for the last 16 hours straight, and that was a one to remember. What a day.
It is day 2 of the CWD archery whitetail deer hunt. We slept in this morning because we pushed pretty hard yesterday, so it is about 1:30 right now. Yesterday, I hunted on this side of the road. Today we're gonna go to this side of the road. Found some good sign over there on the other side yesterday, but I want to try something new and save that spot for tomorrow, which is our last day to hunt. So we're gonna dive in here and cover a couple miles and then find a spot and set up. Should be a good day to get in there and see what happens. So here we go.
Couple of tracks right down here. Looks like some water out here. Kind of a lot of tracks in here. It's a nice buck track right there. Wind's blowing like this. Alright, I looped all the way around. I checked that first little water patch. Good amount of sign in there, including some nice buck tracks, but it was a little small, so I didn't want to set up. There's another big water source back over here that I'm hopefully going to set up on. And the wind has been blowing right towards it, over my shoulder this whole time, so I'm going to loop around. I'm going to take this ridge over and then drop back down and work back in and scout it and hopefully find a setup. It's always important to keep the wind in your favor, especially when you're bow hunting, because man, it seems like whitetails, as soon as they get a whiff of you, it's done.
Well, I scouted that whole piece and I jumped, I think 4 or 5 deer in there. I jumped a doe and 3 fawns right off the bat. And then around the other side I jumped a couple, but there was just nothing that was gonna congregate those deer. They were so spread out. So I decided I'm just gonna dip. It's getting kind of late, it's almost 3. So I'm gonna head to a trail I know of on the other side of the road. And we'll go get set over there.
I'll watch you guys to the trail. They're kind of this crossing spot. Down to this bottom, the wind's good. I finally got on stand. It's about 4:30 p.m. right now. I came all the way down to where all these trails from up top come down and cross the bottom. Normally these kind of spots are pretty bad for wind, but my wind's actually been pulling back down below, which has been going on. It's good. Got one really heavy trail coming off the top right in front of me about 10 yards. And I have another trail coming from these other intersections that comes by at about 11 or 12. Yeah, I'm feeling good about this. 10 a.m. and I think I'm gonna get down out of the stand now. And I'm gonna just sneak in. I wanna walk a couple of these bottoms, maybe just like 100 yards to warm up, get my blood temperature back up. And then I'm gonna come back in here and I'm gonna take the stand down and I'll head back. And then I'll come back for the evening sit and I'm gonna hunt somewhere around this same property for tonight to finish off the hunt. So. Alrighty. Alright, it is 1:45 p.m. I'm headed back in to this spot I found this morning. It's right on the edge of this kind of swamp area. There's some grass in there and there's a good trail coming down about 15 yards in front of me. So looking forward to going to get set up in there. Got the stand, got my bow, got the pack. Tonight is the final night to make it happen for this hunt, and then we're done. So, we're hoping it will happen. We'll see you in there. Alright, we are all set up. It is right about 3 o'clock. And I came in, and I'm actually sitting over kind of a little bedding area. It's a little bit of like a more riparian wet area. There's some cottonwoods around the edge and a lot of tracks. It's probably 30 yards to the other side, but I've got a 10-yard shot right down below me and about a 20-yard shot in the middle where all the tracks are. Right here, there's another trail coming in at about 20 yards. Back behind me, I got another trail paralleling at about 15 yards. So a lot of traffic through this area. This is our last hunt for this trip. It is now or never, and I'm feeling confident, man. I mean, it seems like the deer are definitely in these wetter areas, and this is a wet area, so all it takes is one. Hopefully something slips by here. Our wind's been pretty good. It's been pulling back this way. We want it going back to this general direction because I feel like most of the deer are going to come from over here. So, hope it has a good sit. We'll see how it goes. Well, it is 5:30 p.m. and I have not seen anything in the last 2.5 hours. I haven't seen anything in terms of deer. I've actually been watching a ruffed grouse that's been sitting out in this tree for about 5 minutes here. It's been moving around inside the hawthorn berry, picking on berries, which has been pretty cool. I've seen a lot of squirrels, and I've actually seen 3 trucks drive by this road that's about 100 yards out. So, in hindsight, I probably should have chose a different spot that wasn't so close to the road. But I did what I did, so we gotta just kind of sit through it and deal with it.
So that was the hunt. It was a great one. As you can see, we got really close, but it didn't quite come together. That's all right though, that's hunting and that's how it goes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We will see you very soon on that high country mule deer hunt coming up soon. We'll see ya.